Nadeska, live from New York City on Apple Music.
What's good, my friends? I'm Nadeska, and over the next hour, I'll be playing you some new music and some of my favorite records I've had in rotation over the past few weeks. I also want to introduce you to a Nigerian singer named Ayra Starr. She started teaching herself how to make music a couple years ago, took the next step of releasing covers on YouTube, and was able to start 2021 with the release of her very first studio project. She's joining me later in the show. Right now, let's start with the new music I promised you. Miguel here, linking up with Puerto Rican producer Tiny for their first collaboration. Now, Ayra, in the past 2 years, you went from teaching yourself how to make music online and posting covers to recording your first EP. Did you enjoy that process of recording?
Definitely. It was a very exciting. I could discover myself. So it was self-discovery. It was just a lot. It was just a very amazing experience.
So what were you actually teaching yourself on YouTube when you first started, taking music seriously?
I would watch music competitions on TV, and I want to go to do that. So I would go to YouTube and check, how do I take high notes? How do I do the race? How do I do the run? How to sing Beyonce, all that. So I would just Google that and yeah.
And do you spend hours a day doing it? How long did it take till you felt comfortable enough to start posting covers of other artists?
I used to do that when I was younger. Becoming a teenager and all that, I would just teach myself instead of going to YouTube because I already had an idea. So I would just think every day. So I just got better like that. Yeah.
I think you posted a record called Damage sometime in late 2019, and that's what really caught the attention of Don Jazzy. And eventually, you signed and got in the studio. So what was that transition like for you, going from you at home practicing on YouTube, recording covers, to actually being in the studio? What were those first days like?
It was a mixture of all that. I was very anxious and I was very nervous at the same time because I was like, can I do it? Can I not do it? But at the same time, I was so excited because I got to do it with my brother. So it was an experience for us to go through. It was a really good experience. I was nervous. I was, at the point where Jazzy met me, I couldn't sing then because I lost my voice. So at that point, I was like, this man is not going to sign me. This man will think I'm a fraud. This man will think I'm a fraud. That's what it is.
Yeah, it ultimately worked. They tell me, especially African artists, Caribbean artists, my parents were the same thing. Whenever you want to go into a creative field, they're always telling you to get a real job. But it sounds like your mom was actually the opposite and was really cool and encouraging. So do you think you would have started to pursue music if your mom was not pushing you to do this?
Probably yes. When my mom started wanting me to do music, I think one of the reasons why teenagers always want to do something, probably mostly because their parents don't want them to do it. So my mom wanted me to do music. I don't want to do it. I was like, why do you want me to do music? I'm not going to do it. I would just be like that. So music was something I always loved, but at the point I was like, I'm not going to do it. Everybody expects me.
So what was it like growing up in your household? Were you guys a pretty big musical family? Because you mentioned that when you went to the studio, you got to work with your brother. So were you guys recording together as well?
So my brother is an amazing songwriter and he plays the guitar. We've been writing songs together since I was 11. My older brother is a music director. So that's how everybody's just into music one way or another, the shades and all that. So doing music with my brother was such an experience. It's something we've been practicing for since we were 11. And all of a sudden our dreams are coming true. So it was just screaming. When Jazzy would leave the studio, we would just start dancing and we're going to get signed. When he comes in, it'd be down back. It was just so fun.
All right, that's amazing. So I think, making music is even more fun when you get to do it with your family. So then when it came time to record, did you know already what sounds you wanted your music to have? What did you grow up listening to, and what kind of music were you and your brother making together?
When we started recording, there was no let's make this genre, let's only make this genre. We were given full creative freedom. And we've never been in a studio before. That was our first time. So we had to what we were putting out was whatever we were feeling, whatever we wanted to sing, what we've written before. We recorded a song that I wrote when I was 11 years. We recorded that. It was just what you wanted to do. So I could just learn about myself. I just learned about music. It was not, you're restricting, I do this, I do that. It was just do you. And I could just learn based off of what I know music is. I grew up listening to a lot of Two-Face, so that's a lot of conscious music, and Wande Cole, just a lot of people, Rihanna, Bob Marley, just a lot of people, Janelle Monáe, just a lot of amazing musicians that I feel like I've really shaped me, gospel artists too.
That's really cool. I mean, I think it all comes through in the music, right? You blend a lot of different styles and it's also very relatable. So I would love to about the process of putting your EP together then. What was the first song that you finished and felt really good about while you were recording?
Sorry was that song for me. It was just so perfect, like to the end. I usually like to take my time with songs. Like if I wasn't recording 3 songs in a day, I was recording like I would only half a song in a day because I wanted to take my time. I wanted to like every word should matter. And sorry was that song was so like it was just so easy for me. I loved it so much, even with the sample at the end, the Jado Sisters reference. It was just so beautiful, I wanted to give African women something to just, love and sing along to. So that song was definitely it.
Yeah, I think you mentioned that your brother is already a great songwriter. So for you, was it easy to write these songs? I think they're relatable because in a way, for example, you're talking about, themes of independence and feeling powerful as a woman. And we even see that in the video. So you're really conscious about sort of these themes that you wrote in the EP?
Yeah, I was very conscious. I know what I wanted people to hear. I grew up listening to a lot of powerful music that I would listen to before I would go to school, so I can come up with like that badass energy. A lot of like Nicki Minaj, who wants to try, like who wants to come for me today, like wants to try me today. But that was what I listened to like growing up. So I wanted to put that in my music too. The young girls can listen to it and be like, I feel perfect today. Take your bad energy away from me and all that. That was what I wanted them to do. Ija is such like an uplifting song. It's about like you just taking control of your sexuality. It's not about what a man sees in you. It's what I see in myself. I'm a fine babe, you understand? And if I like you, I like you. That's what Ija was. So it was just like me taking control of who I was and who my sexuality and all.
I find, translating these lyrics into videos. Like the video for Away is amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about the concept of that?
The video for Away wanted to do something, I was like, if you know Benin Republic, I was born in Benin Republic. So they're like popular warriors from Benin Republic. They call them the Dahomey warriors, female warriors. The first like African female warriors, so powerful women. We still talk about them till now. The reference was in Black Panther. Those women were Dahomey warriors. So that energy and all that. So that's what I went to take to the video. The drawing of arc and like just Dahomey warriors joined together. I'm fighting away my demons. And I'm evolving into a new person. That's what the end of the video was. I'm evolving into a new person. I'm now a star because I've grown away from the pain. That's what it was.
That's really dope. I mean, have you thought about, your concepts for other videos you're going to release for the EP yet?
Yeah, definitely. Like I have some concepts in my mind that I know would be really amazing for the videos. And I can't wait to release those videos so you guys can see.
I'm looking forward to it, but I have to ask, how does your mom feel about the EP after all of these years of encouraging you to go for it? She must have been super proud once you released it.
My mom is so extra. Like anywhere I go at home, I'm hearing my song. And so at some point, I'm like, I don't understand. Like, how do you listen to this from morning till night? I'm not even tired. I'm gonna record the song. How? But she's like, she loves the EP. She listens to it every single time. If I go to her room, she's playing a song. She knows the words like line to line. She knows every single thing, and she's like praying. She goes to church, just to talk about me. Like she's like, oh, I'm here like just to promote the music, My mom is on Instagram now. Like she's on Instagram more than me. She's like, have you seen what the video that little girl made? You see the video like that small boy made for you. I'm like, how do you see these things? How? But she knows everything. She's so excited.
Yeah, I hope you never take that for granted. That's like a dream to have a mom who's that cool and supportive and that into the music. So look, I'm assuming that once you get to head out on the road and be on tour, you're taking her with you to the shows, right? I think she's probably going to want to be on stage with you too.
Definitely, yes. This is so fun.
Do you feel like you're ready for the performance aspect? I don't know if you've had any experience with that so far.
I've never had major experience performing in front of people, but I'm working really hard. I'm going to just give it my all. Whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to work as hard as I can to give an amazing performance.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Congratulations again on the EP.
Thank
This
you.
was our African Rising cover star, Ayra Starr. Make sure you check out her full